Welcome to Social Science Grade 8. Social science is made up of two different components, geography and history. It is an important subject as it gives an overview of what the world has to offer, as well as all it's endured so far. It is an exciting subject as it allows you to understand our planet with a more insightful perspective. Let's focus on our first component, geography. Geography is the study of places and the relationship between people and the environments. Geographers explore both the physical properties of Earth's surface and the human society spread across it. Our first module in geography is maps and globes. We'll be focusing on subtopics like maps and atlases, the globe, and satellite images. Our next module is climate region. The subtopics for this falls under factors that influence temperature and rainfall, South Africa's climate, and the climate around the world. Our third module is settlements. We'll be looking at settlements and land use on aerial photographs and large-scale maps, investigation of a settlement, and urbanization. Our last topic that we'll be focusing on social science, geography this year is trade and transport. Trade and transport around the world, trade and transport in South Africa, and lastly, people and transport in urban areas. Now, to test your knowledge on what you have learned, you will either be doing homework or classwork. These are known as informal tasks. They are also source-based. So, what is source-based? Source-based means your own opinion shouldn't be the predominant aspect of your answer, but rather drawn from resources. Your formal assessment tasks will include a test, controlled test, a project, and lastly, a controlled test at the end of the year. Controlled tests are also known as exams. It is important for you to study thoroughly and do your utmost best for every formal assessment task, as these will contribute toward your marks. Our next component is history. History is the study of change over time, and it covers all aspects of human society: political, social, economic, scientific, technological, medical, cultural, intellectual, religious, and military developments are all parts of history. The first module we'll be covering will be the Industrial Revolution in Britain and Southern Africa from 1860. The subtopics include changes during the Industrial Revolution in Britain, Southern Africa by 1860, and diamond mining in Kimberley, 1867 onwards. Our second module will be the Mineral Revolution in South Africa, and it will be focusing on how Britain, diamond mining, increasing labor control, and land expansion have influenced this, as well as deep-level gold mining on Witwatersrand in 1886 onwards. The third module is the Scrabble for Africa. European colonization of Africa in the late 19th century will be studied, as well as a case study about the Ashanti Kingdom. Now, our last module in history this year is one most learners are quite excited about. We'll be learning about World War I, which took place between 1914 and 1916. We'll be focusing on the reasons why World War I broke out, aspects of experiences in World War I, women in Britain during World War I, and the defeat of Germany and the Treaty of Versailles. Just as in our geography component, there will also be informal tasks included in this component, history. These again will be either homework or classwork that are source-based. Your formal assessment tasks for history include a test, a controlled test, another test, and lastly, a control test. Just a friendly reminder that a control test is also known as an exam. Your formal assessment tasks in both history and geography are subject to change. So let's have a look at how we will be conducting these components or topics throughout the year. We'll first be focusing on Module 1, which is Maps and Globes and falls under the geography components of social science. Module 2 falls under the history component, and this is the Industrial Revolution in Britain and Southern Africa from 1860. Module 3 falls then again to geography, and this is climate regions. You'll start noticing that it is first history, or my apologies, first geography and then history, and it bounces back and forth like that. The Module 4 is then the Mineral Revolution in South Africa, again being our history component. Module 5 is a geography component, that being settlements. Then we've got the Scrabble for Africa as Module 6 for this year. Module 7 is then Trade and Transport, and our final module for the year is World War I. There will be many exciting topics we'll be covering this year. Which topic are you excited to learn about? We hope you enjoy learning about our great planet and how it has came to be.